10 unhealthy habits you are falling for every day. What are bad habits? A bad habit is a frequent behavior pattern that you deem to have a negative impact on a part of your life. A bad habit tends to be performed time and again, and is distinguished from an addiction or mental illness by its relationship to willpower. We all have bad habits, whether you have a tendency to bite your nails, talk with your mouth full, or you are a chronic procrastinator. Bad habits are harmful to our vision of ourselves and who we want to be. The problem is, our brains are wired to turn our everyday interactions into habits and routines. When we perform certain actions, such as riding a bike, driving a car, or tying our shoelace on autopilot, this frees our brain up to focus on other things. The creations of habits and routines in itself isn't a bad thing, far from it. But just as easily as you can form a good habit, a bad habit can be formed, and they can be extremely difficult to break. Number 1. Perfectionism. Pursuit of excellence is a healthy habit. It is always important to do your best when trying to achieve an important goal. Doing something perfectly can increase your chance of success, of course, but the need to be perfect at all times can actually undermine your effort. Psychologists describe perfectionism as positive or negative. Positive perfectionism helps you do your best. As a perfectionist, you never deliver anything short of your absolute finest work. Habits of positive perfectionism include setting realistic goals, letting go of failure, seeing mistakes as opportunity for growth, keeping anxiety and stress within healthy boundaries, and enjoying the process as well as the outcome. Habits of negative perfections include setting standards beyond your reach, dissatisfactions with anything less than perfections, preoccupation with failure or disapproval, and seeing mistakes as evidence of unworthiness. Number 2. Poor posture. Simply sitting up straight can reduce symptoms of depressions, according to a study published in the Journal of Behavioral Therapy and Experimental Psychiatry. Several other studies show good posture improved self-esteem and mood. But the result of the new study suggests that good posture increased positive attitudes, reduced fatigue, and decreased self-focus in those with mild to moderate depression. Number 3. Guilt. Guilt has a limited place in society. Feeling remorseful about wrongdoing usually prevents a person from committing that offense again. The habit of guilt often starts in childhood, when you learn to clean your plant because there were starving kids in China, or to act a certain way out of fear that your family would not be proud of you. As you grew older, the emotional grief of guilt may have matured too. You may feel guilty about leaving your family to go to work, for example, and then feel guilty about leaving your job to go home to your family. Left unchecked, you may find yourself in a state of perpetual guilt that prevents you from giving your full attention to any one task. Habits of guilt include magnifying problems, claiming responsibility for creating or resolving problems that have little or nothing to do with you, perceiving yourself as a bad person for committing minor offense, and refusing to forgive yourself. Number 4. Lack of exercise. A sedentary lifestyle is bad for your waistline, your heart, and it turns out your mental health. Psychocentral refers to exercise as a nature's mood enhancer. Regular exercise may ease depressions by releasing endorphins and other feel-good chemicals, suppressing immune system chemicals that worsen depressions, and increasing body temperatures to create a calming effect. Exercising regularly can also give you confidence, distract your mind from worries, improve social interactions, and help you cope with life stress in a healthy way. Bad exercise habits that affect your mental health include exercising irregularly or not at all, exercising to the point of exhaustion, practicing bad form, and engaging in only one form of exercise. Number 5. Failure mindset. Everyone has negative thoughts now and then. An occasional feeling of failure usually poses no mental health problem. Fostering this negative thought can create a failure mindset, however, which can interfere with your ability to succeed. Ugly thoughts that say your life is bleak, miserable, and without hope or meaning can become good company on sleepless nights and prevent you from making forward progress during the day. Left unleashed, continual thoughts of failure become habit. Thoughts and feelings of failure inflict terrible damage on mental health, leading to anxiety and depressions. Negative thoughts discourage you from setting goals, diminish the value of your natural talents, and make you view missteps. The habits of failure mindset include listening to that inner voice that says you cannot succeed, that you have no choice, or that you should back out before the world discovers that you are a fraud. Number 6. Overuse of social media. The Child Mind Institute says that overuse of social media is promoting anxiety and lowering self-esteem in teenagers. The mental health issues resulting from social media use can also affect adults. The Telegraph reports a recent survey of 1,500 adult Facebook and Twitter users, in which 62% of participants reported feelings of inadequacy and 60% reported jealous from comparing themselves to other social media users. 30% said using just these two forms of social media made them feel lonely. Using too many social media sites may be dangerous to your mental health. A recent study published in Psychiatric News links the use of multiple social media platforms with an increased risk for depressions and anxiety. Number 7. Overuse of smartphones, even not on social media. Using a smartphone is a very rewarding activity. An endless variety of applications, messaging systems, and websites trigger positive feelings. Habitual smartphone use, however, cause you to check your device constantly in fear of missing out. Some mental health professionals worry excess smartphone use can cause a form of addictions, with the user compulsively checking for notifications and updates. Compulsive or excessive use of smartphones could worsen symptoms of depression, anxiety, chronic stress, and/or low self-esteem, according to recent research published in the Journal of Affective Disorder. An absence of good news in notifications, a steady stream of distressing news coverage, and fighting on social media can amplify negative effects of smartphone overuse. Number 8. Regret. Regret is another emotional state that is healthy only in small doses. Everyone has some regrets in life. Not marrying someone, taking a jump, buying a car, but regret should not be a daily habit. Many Americans seem to have a habit of regret. Research cited by Psychology Today says that regret is more common in cultures where people have greater control over their life choice. With daily practice, regret can turn into lifelong ruminations over what could have been. A habit of regret can lead to depressions, anxiety, sleep problems, and difficulty concentrating. Results from a study by Concordia University suggest regret can even negatively affect physical health. Number 9. Codependency. The habit of codependency interferes with your ability to enjoy a healthy, mutually satisfying relationship. Mental Health America says that families pass the learned behavior of codependency down through the generations. So you may have learned this people-pleasing habit from your parents. Psychologists first used the term codependency to describe partners and chemical dependency, but many now use it to describe any one-sided relationship. Habits of codependency include sacrificing yourself to take care of another person and putting someone else's desires ahead of your needs. Codependency robs you of your individuality while endangering your health, welfare, and safety. Number 10. Poor sleep. Sleep is a source of physical and emotional resilience. By providing your brain and body an opportunity to recover from the difficulties of the previous day, sleep helps you rise to the challenge of tomorrow. Losing sleep for 1 or 2 nights can make you feel groggy, grumpy, and out of focus. But a habit of poor sleep can wreak havoc on your mental health. Research shows people with mental health problems tend to sleep poorly. The Sleep Health Foundation's report that 60 to 90% of patients with depression also have insomnia. More than half of all insomnia cases are associated with depression, anxiety, or psychological stress, according to the National Alliance on Mental Illness. So, how to break bad habits? Humans are simple creatures. You want little more out of life than to keep doing the things we enjoy doing, and to the less of the things we don't enjoy doing. Unfortunately, living in a way in which we never experience discomfort is not only unworkable, doing so will quickly become its own kind of prison. With that cheery thought in our minds, read on discover a clear 3-step method for how to break bad habits and replace them with a more positive alternative. Number 1 is define the habit you want to break and its trigger. Number 2, choose a substitute for your bad habits. And number 3, aim for success and plan for failure. Knowing how to break bad habits and replace them with more positive alternatives is a skill that will serve you well throughout your entire life.